Deeplit, welcome to Merrily Merrowed. This is the part where I forget what I'm saying. And today, my world is burning. We have wildfires. I was under the impression that these wildfires came from California. And as some of you know, I don't have TV and I stay away from the news so that I don't give myself anxiety. But because of this, I never have any freaking clue what's going on. So I found out yesterday that the fires are in eastern Washington and that a portion of my grandma's property had been taken out, which is disheartening. So I'm trying to get a hold of her. The smoke outside is atrocious. You know, I don't envy my mom with COPD, and I myself am experiencing a bit of a headache from all this. But you know what? We didn't come here to complain or listen to me complain. But about my world being on fire, let me complain some more. They're closing parks and beaches again, but this time because of the smoke and not because of the COVID. And I'm gonna go mermaid somewhere anyway. I don't care. In addition to this, my romantic life is on fire, and I'll leave it at that. And I'm in need of some mermaiding. And so today is twofold. We're gonna be exploring healthy mermaids, happy mermaids, what exactly my plan is for Merrily Merrowed, and I'm working on a business plan. I've been trying to break it down exactly what this channel and I myself am trying to offer the world with my mermaiding. I mean, it's fun and I enjoy it, but obviously it's towards a purpose. And especially since I posted videos in relationship to mental health and have, I suppose, alerted my employers and certain people of like a crippling anxiety that isn't so bad. You know, we all have anxious moments. We all have the things that trigger us, you know, and I just think it's healthy to talk about it. But not everybody thinks it's healthy to talk about it. And a lot of people think that if you talk about it, you're not talking about it for the sake of other people. You're talking about it just because you're too upset not to talk about it and don't have self-control not to talk about it. And I think I come at it from a very different perspective, and this happened to me as well when I was in yoga teacher training. You know, we had this bodies in motion thing where we had to take, they were going to take pictures of us we were encouraged to wear tight-fitting, not revealing clothing, but clothing that would allow us to see our muscle structure and our posture and things like that. And they were going to take pictures of us and then they were going to review them in the class. And so to me, having known a lot of people in my past, of having made friends with a lot of people with body issues, I mean, I extended my hand and I said, you know, if any of you guys are struggling with this, I understand. If you want to talk, I'm here for you, you know. And so for the rest of the class, they thought that I was struggling with my own. I mean, I'm out on the beach in bikinis. Not that I don't have my own considerations for weight and appearance and things like that, but I am much more secure in myself, I think, than other people who are struggling with this. And I mean, obviously the mermaiding challenges that, and it's a thing that we all work on all the time, and we'll get to that a bit later. But needless to say, if you put yourself out there with the intention of helping other people, I don't think that is necessarily received well. I think it's always going to be received as your problem. And so that's the thing I'd like to explore in this as well, is how do we approach these types of subjects and not make it about, you know, attention grabbing or having it be drama. Or I think that's what people perceive, is you're talking about your own struggles, as you're being dramatic about it, you're I don't know, causing a scene for attention or something like that. And some people do that, but I don't identify with that. I don't, because I don't like that kind of drama. I can't say that, I mean, I guess I have mixed feelings about receiving attention. You know what I mean? I am obviously doing a performative art here, which is going to be received by an audience. But it's in attempts to challenge myself as well. I'm not used to performing in front of people. I'm not used to, doing makeup and being seen scantily clad in front of people. I'm challenging myself with it, and so I don't do it like, I don't want to offend anybody by saying this, but I think some people do it. Some people do like the attention. Some people do like, I don't know. So I have mixed feelings about it. So it should be said that it's not a thing that I'm doing for attention. It's more of a display that is meant to approach other things, I guess. I don't know. Let's explore that. But in any case, what was I talking about? I was talking about a lot of things. I brought my notebook today because I know that I tend to not lose focus, but we branch out, right? In addition to Happy Mermaids, Healthy Mermaids, I also wanted to... we were gonna do something else, weren't we? I mean, I had a plan. I didn't write that shit down. That's the problem. I gotta write it down. If I don't write it down, it's ether. I don't know what happens to it, but it doesn't remain. So that is it's neither here nor there. I have a decaf chai latte going on here because I've already had my delicious pour over coffee of groundwork. Ethiopian single source blend, and it's very delicious. Obviously, drink all of it. But that relates to our mission today. Is we're doing groundwork, right? We're doing the groundwork for the business, the company, the business, yeah. Groundwork for our side hustle, and what exactly Merrily Merrowed is, what exactly Happy Mermaids, Healthy Mermaids is, and there really was twofold in there, and I'll edit this video and figure out what the hell it was, but if this mermaiding thing is structured better, then it's not going to seem random or inappropriate if I either speak my mind about subjects going on in the world, or going on in my life, or psychology of things that we all deal with, if I need to be more clear about what I'm trying to go for, so it's not just like suddenly people see me in makeup crying about things. I think that is probably disturbing to the average individual, and could lead them to believe that you are going through something that they may not understand. So I think if we can structure it better and have reasons why things are being done the way that they are, then my employers aren't going to think that I'm bad shit. So let's go over Merrily Merrowed, right? That is my channel. That is what you are watching. I think that is the overall name for all of these adventures. And then we have Happy Mermaids, Healthy Mermaids, which is the I want to say it's the use of transformation of ourselves to achieve a healthier... how would you say that? It's about lifestyle. It's mermaid lifestyle especially, but how that is a channel for bettering yourself, right? How that is an avenue for transformation, which brings us to point number 2. Thank you, is we're going to be reading a story that relates to the transformation mermaiding as transformation. That's wonderful. Thank you. I just had to keep going with it. But how we could use mermaiding as something that allows us to grow in multiple facets of our lives. So one thing that I do want to express is that it's not I love the makeup and the costumes. I'm having a great time, don't get me wrong, but I think the biggest transformation that happens with mermaiding is it's in here, right? And I should say it starts with putting a fin on and getting in the water, because at my last photo shoot with my friend Jane, we were just posing at the canal, and I actually went into the canal and swam around a little bit, and it just reminded me of what a change what happens in here when I'm actually swimming like a mermaid. And I don't swim like a human. I can't, I can barely swim as a human, but with the mermaid tail, it's like this other part of me, and it's like, it is very much like I hear people describe, and this is gonna sound silly, but I'm just gonna say it, describing how, you know, the first time they put on makeup and found out that they were not the gender they believed that they were, or the first time that, you know, they played a sport and suddenly they found a part of themselves, or, you know, it's that missing piece, you know, that suddenly you do this thing and you're like, oh my god, that's what all of this means, you know. And so I am more apt to, and I have in the past in my videos, compare mermaiding to drag queen, because I think it has that transformative quality, and maybe not in relationship to gender necessarily, but certainly in relationship to your relationship of your body to this world, and your relationship of your psychology to your body. And I found the more I do that, and the more I do this mermaiding thing, the more there's like a shift in being, a shift in something that happens, you know. And I find it has happened at work. Suddenly I'll just shift into the feeling of being a mermaid, and it sounds so silly, but with the hair and the makeup too, you'll hear my voice change on videos. You know, it is something I cannot describe, and it is affecting many areas of my life. And I was told when I first started mermaiding by my friend Shay that, like, once you start mermaiding, everything is mermaids from then on. And she's right. Oh my gosh, it's a thing that spreads into your life, because once you relate to that, once you identify with that, once that becomes a part of you, or you find that part of yourself, then it spreads, you know. And so I want to explore that, and I want to figure out, how does this relate to, what are the different elements of mermaiding, of transformation, of how that plays out in our lives. And I wanted to relate that to my mersonas, and as well as, I mean, I wanted to tie as much of lifestyle and conceptually what is happening into something that can be physically manifested, right? So I'll tell you what that means in a second here. I've broken down my mersonas and my what I've been doing on my YouTube channel and Instagram, and exactly what the things that have been coming out of mermaiding or being incorporated into mermaiding, things like that. And I've broken it down into the 5 elements, because I think that's going to be the easiest way to kind of apply them to our lives. So you have, and these can these can be explored or expressed in any order, but I think from the basest to the most refined is going to be from the flesh to the spirit, right? So I have the flesh, the heart, the forge or creativity, the psyche, and then the spirit in said order. And so the flesh, of course, that's going to be earth element. That's going to be all of your the physical, the how we relate, I guess, to the world around us in a physical matter. And so that's going to incorporate. I suppose I should mention. If I was gonna do that, I should mention. I'm doing this backwards, but I'm doing it, like I said, from basest to most refined. And if I were doing it, I should do it from, as I have it listed, spirit to flesh, which, well, let's climb, huh? So flesh, we're going to start with what the element is, and what the mersona is, and then what aspects of life can fall under those, what aspects of videos and adventures, whatever, what's gonna fall under those categories, right? So we have the flesh, the earth element, edit here. And so the mersona for the earth element is going to be, her name is Eve, and she's a Selkie. And I maybe have mentioned before in a prior video that I'm commissioning a whimsy custom tail from Mertailor that is a Selkie tail. A Selkie mermaid tail, because they can't remove the scales from the design, but they're going to design around the scales, so it's going to be a Selkie mermaid. I'm okay with that. I really like Mertailor, and I would love to have them be the ones who make my Selkie tail. So her name is Eve, she's a Selkie, and Selkies are, by mythology, they are seals, basically, kind of seal creatures that can take off their skin and become women on land. And supposedly, when they're out of seal skin on land, they make wonderful housewives. They love all the domesticana. They are fantastic wives. They are good mothers. All of these things that relate to house and hearth. So, with flesh is home and hearth, absolutely number one. And of course, as the myth says, the man usually steals her Selkie skin and hides it so that she can't stop being a great housewife. You know, is fucking men. But when she finds it, of course, she has to go back to the sea. So hide it really well, please. So home and hearth. And that's going to relate to anything that we do at home. That's going to relate to anything cooking or food. It's going to relate to fitness. And I think I probably will have fitness videos in all the Mersonas. But I think primarily we'll have Eve head up the fitness, right? And I put happy mermaids, healthy mermaids in this because diet and fitness are obviously in the physical. So I don't know if I will strictly be having one Mersona per category. I mean, obviously, I think it'll change, but it's moreover going to provide structure for the videos and for just knowing what the hell's going on, right? So, climbing this ladder, we go from our physical bodies to our to the heart, to the emotions, right? And of course, that's Mian. She's the Tempest, right? And I am her today because my world is on fire. And because when you're feeling all of the things, you are the Tempest. And what does that mean? That's going to encompass all the performative arts, you know, stories, songs, poetry, probably dance, I don't know. But it's going to encompass all the things that are the most heartfelt, and so she's going to be the Tempest in manifestation. I'm going to just say that as many times as I can so it sticks, right? And she's also going to be the manifestation of romance. And I'm not sure how that plays out. But anything of a romantic nature, of dealing with love, with relationships, things like that. I think Mia's going to be the go-to there because she deals with matters of the heart. Next is the Forge, and this is probably the least developed of the categories, but quite important. It's creativity, right? It is our manifestation of what we put forth into the world. And so that's going to be crafts, creations, any tails being made, any mermaid accessories being made, and also anything that we contribute to the world around us. That's going to be any charities, any associations with, you know, anything that we are doing to create good in this world is going to be under the Forge. And the Forge is going to be a bit difficult as far as personas. I think because it is the element of fire, of creativity. I should have mentioned Mian's, the heart, the emotion, is all the water element. You know, it is the sacral chakra, right? It's the, is it the sacral chakra? Oh, God. The sacral chakra, the creative energies, the water. She is... There's a stupid line in an old Sekiro movie that's water is the thing that flows. Take that how you would like to take that. But with the Forge is the fire element. It is where the... I'm saying everything really stupid right now, and I don't know why. It's where matter is crafted. It is, you have to put it into the fire to burn away the excess and to come out with something that is crafted. So in that, I'm not going to assign a persona. I'm going to have this be the category where anything goes, right? I think all the different just mermaids, you know, the Fae, the Muses, the Furies, all of that, any manifestation of just mythology, of portrayal, of anything that is not the rest. Anything that is not everything. I don't know what the fuck I'm getting at. It's anything that you create that has not already been created. We'll leave it at that, huh? And the next thing, after creativity, moving up, of course, is the psyche. The psychology behind that which is manifested. And we're moving now from the flesh to the visual performance, I suppose, through the creative and handcrafted performance to the inner mind and mental health and anything dealing with matters of body positivity and self-awareness and moving into kind of more intellectual properties. Now this of course is going to be the element of air, which is the ruling element of the intellect. And for this I'm going to have Rory, who is my blue-tailed beta mermaid, and so she'll be it's technically a guppy tail, but it has this design on it it's very like a Rorschach image, so she's gonna be Rory, right? But it all goes into, she's gonna be the one dealing with she was the one I was dressed up as when I did my videos about trigger warnings and coping mechanisms. And I think that was wholly appropriate because she is going to be the leading persona on our inner work, right? and our addressing of the intellectual changes and issues we encounter. So, my lovelies, who does that leave us with? What does that leave us with? Uadanavis, the haunted ship. My love's the spirit. It leaves us with the spirit, which is the highest manifestation. And Uada is pure spirit. She really is. She doesn't... She's fascinated with the physical because she is other than the physical. You know what I mean? She's often misinterpreted as a ghost because she's got that ethereal quality, and she represents the ethereal quality. I think I just said equality. I mean, I'm all about equality, but that's not what we're talking about here. She represents transcendence, morality, affecting and impacting others, you know, on a basis that is more than the way that Mian affects and impacts others. I think that there's kind of a duality between the two of them, and as I've stated before, I believe that the two are related. But Mian affects people on more a physical, in a physical way, and Uada affects their spirit. She is the catalyst for transformation in others, and so she will be still the masthead of Merrily Merrowed because she is the marrow, right? And she's gonna be she is the masthead because she represents the spirit and transformation, because transcendence and transformation are going to be key in Merrily Merrowed, and she is the ultimate manifestation of that. So we come to Happy Mermaids, Healthy Mermaids. It is the culmination of all 5 of these elements, and the implementation. That is a toilet. The implementation of these elements of transformation in our lives, and how mermaiding... I'm going to be obviously presenting them in how mermaiding helps us with these, implement these things in our lives. But of course you can take it outside of the realm of mermaiding. If you are not a mermaid or comfortable with mermaiding, that's fine. That's totally cool. These videos are not necessarily, they're for everybody. I have, in Merrily Merrowed, established themes of travel, of makeup, of obviously unboxing mermaiding stuff and trying out new products, things like that. So I think I'm going to leave those vague for now, as far as who's going to do what, which character is going to be heading these up. I think it relates to what we are unboxing, where we are traveling, and why. And obviously whose makeup we're doing is going to be a thing. But as far as makeup unboxing and stuff like that, I'm not exactly sure if I'm always going to be in mermaid makeup when I do these videos. I haven't been in the past. And a lot of the organization of this is geared towards the idea I'd like to start doing some Twitch streaming. And so instead of just going on Twitch and just talking at a camera for hours and calling that entertainment, I wanna have something that I'm actually presenting. I wanna have something that I'm actually offering. And so for these, for streaming, of course, I'd like to be in mermaid makeup doing mermaid things. I think that makes the most sense. But is everything on my YouTube channel going to reflect that? I don't know. So still trying to figure it out. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, any thoughts or preferences, leave them in the comments. But I think on the whole, having these elements be leading these videos and knowing exactly, you know, having a goal of what is trying to come across or be expressed, or even having it organized in a way to where if you come onto my channel, you can be like, you know, I don't really want to look at the psychological elements. I just want to see some cool mermaid swim videos. Or I just want to, you want to watch me read a cool story. I know you do. Because who wouldn't want to watch a mermaid be reading stories? That's a thing. So if you have specific things that you want to do, or you just came here to see the unboxing of stuff because you're researching the mermaiding community, I will be able to organize them in such a fashion that there's something offered for everybody, and that there is some way to touch everybody's lives. I think that there's something so, it is exquisitely transformative, and not just for myself, but being out in public as a mermaid, it changes people, you know? It changes people in the same way that, like, baking cookies changes people. You bake a cake and people are like, oh cool, a cake. You bake cookies and they're like, are you making those cookies? I like peanut butter cookies. Are those peanut butter cookies? I mean, are you gonna have extra? You know, they're like, they become little kids again. And mermaiding, it's the same thing. When I was out with Jane, we were waving to people out on the canal, and they were just like stunned and waving and having a good time. And you know, I got out of my tail and kind of sat up there, and another ship went by. A big fucking ship. Another, like, it's a person on a kayak. It wasn't like a boat with a couple of people on it. So, a ship. I do live in my own world. It's nice here. It's not on fire, you know. But I would wave to people without my mermaid tail, and they were really weirded out that I was in costume waving to them, and they didn't get it. But it's, you put on that mermaid tail, and suddenly people are like delighted. They see a mermaid and they want to say hi, and they want to be a part of that, and it's wonderful. And I really like being a part of that. And it takes it from being like me doing a performance that everybody's watching, and I like it because everybody's watching. It becomes a thing. It's interactive. It's something that you are giving to them. They're having this experience because you're just out there doing a thing, you know, and that's awesome. That is so cool. You know, I don't really like, I don't know what to do with attention. I don't know what to say to people. I don't know how to take a compliment. I don't know. I don't really know what to do when it makes me nervous when people are watching me. So I don't know why. This is my chosen outlet here. But I do know why. Because when you see that transformation happen in people, it's so wonderful. You know, and to be able to know that you gave them a cool thing that they did in their day, you know, I really like that. It's something I haven't found a way to do before, and so I don't know, it's really cool. And so a transformation, I guess, is going to be key to Merrily Merrowed, and just how I can find a way to offer some sort of whimsy and goodness, and just a good day to some people somewhere. That's what I'm hoping for. And I hope that that's what this is achieving. That people don't just watch my videos and think that I'm going through a breakdown. You know, it's just that I don't really know how to reach people yet. You know, I don't know how to take what I'm experiencing and make that relevant yet. You know, so I'm working on it, and I hope you guys will see it through with me, and I hope that it is a journey that we can make together, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go out into the burning world and go be a mermaid, and hope that somebody has a good day. So thank you for watching. Slime. also, this is a free plug. I don't work for or with LuLaRoe, but I attended a party last night. It was like a Zoom party. My sister hosted it. And I got this, I can't, this little wrap around. And it's the cutest damn thing that I excuse the man breast tape, but it's the cutest thing that I've ever seen, and it's got little pockets. And it's so comfy, guys. And so I was wearing it, and I thought I'd let you know. That's where I got it, if you're interested. They change up their stock all the time, so I don't know if they'll have this one, but they have this style, you know, so they'll have different prints and patterns and stuff like that. So check out LuLaRoe, and I guess I should probably link the consultant. Maybe I'll do that. Bye.